Welcome back to the Teostra Power Hour.
Oh, okay. Not the Tigrex.
Not the Tigrex, not yet. We'll bring the Tigrex in a bit later.
Tigrex is a special place in my heart nowadays.
He's for the next part. I like the Glavados.
Mm-hmm.
Big
sword tail.
Yeah, the big sword tail.
Kind of ridiculous. Yeah, he's awesome. He's cool.
The Brachiotos is my favorite. The blue fuck with the exploding hands. I like the B-50 bomber. The Basil Geese. You have the Jin Moran, which is monster 3. The Zora Magros. What is it? The Xeno. Yeah, Xenogeo. I want to say Xenomorph. The Xenogeo. There's the Beast from Final Fantasy. You have the Kuliaku. Yeah, the Great Jagras. The Barioth. The Kezu. The Lagoni or Laboni, I think. Lagoni. It's like a big bunny-looking dude that swings around. Already in the Teostra, you have the Palm. Is it Palm Ramu? Always called Palm Ramu. I think it's like Palm Ramu. It's the mouse looking with the oxygen inflate thing. The big neck. Yeah. It's like a Palm thing. You have the Valtasak. The Kirin. The Rathalos. The Deltro. The I think it's like Tabby. Always called the Kardashian. The lizard-looking snake thing that was electric. The around the spicy village. The Dodogama. The Orgoth. T-Rex. The Lapras, the Royal Ludroth, the Great Azuchi, the Great Boggy, the Great Baggy, the Great Jaggy, the Golol, Azul Rathios, the Pink Rathian, I want to hold on. The Gorgagala, the Arch Gorgagala. I think we're not going to the Acidic Glados.
This is a bit, that's not going to make it. I don't think.
That's fine, I'm just naming monsters. Hold on. I have one more. I said they're off. One more. I'm trying to think what that fucking Hunter card is called. That's it, I feel.
I don't remember.
I named Monster Hunter monsters for 4 minutes. I'm proud of myself. So, Mass Effect.
I just bought it. It was like, I was...
You buy the first one?
I bought the Legendary Edition, which is all 3 of them.
Yeah, the trilogy.
I was like... I don't know, maybe I would have to, like... Something about... It's made by the guy that's made Dragon Age, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I just, like...
Let me check.
I've tried playing a lot of their games, and I just can't get into them because it's so awkward. The fucking
dialogue?
The way they do dialogue, yeah, it's just so weirdly awkward. It's like I just can't get him like watching this. It's like this is so gamey. I can.
Yes, Dragon Age was done by BioWare.
I don't know. I don't like BioWare's games.
He doesn't like BioWare. Mass Effect 3 is like iconic though.
I know it is.
Has a dog shit ending, but like it's really good.
I might, maybe I'll give it another few years and play it then. But like I was just watching the cutscene, the fucking. It was like it was trying to be a TV show, and then it would transition to but then it would have just like a janky ass transition to the gameplay. I was like, this is so weird. I know it's a good game. It's supposed to be a good game, but I don't know. I can't even like formulate my problems with it.
It's like, for comparison, you have like an Elder Scrolls, right? Where it's not a seamless cut, but it's like, okay, you talk to an NPC, boom, you have a quick dialogue box that shows up, right? And then you walk away and boom, it cuts back. Like, you never leave the game. You just have a dialogue box that shows up, then you go back to the game. There's not really like cutscenes. It's more just kind of taking you through the game, but it like slows it down and gives you a dialogue box. With Mass Effect and like Dragon Age as well. Because I had that problem when I played the first Dragon Age too. Where like when you talk to people, it takes you into like a cutscene, and then you talk to them, and it puts you back in the game, and you're just like,
Like the first thing you're doing when the Geth come down and like invade this colony or whatever, you're some lady starts like the fucking half the time the sounds don't work.
Yeah, that's
like,
probably a problem with it being old though.
It's like I'm watching this cutscene. This lady's like running from these guys. They're shooting at her, and there's explosions going off. But you don't hear like the explosions really quiet, and the loudest part is the dirt scattering everywhere.
Yeah,
and it's just like, what the fuck is that? It's just so weird. Why is it like this? I'm like, I can't. Ugh. It's like I'm sure this is a good game. It's so weird. I don't like it. It's so awkward.
You know what old game is really good that I'm enjoying? Saints Row the Third.
Mm-hmm.
You know what new game I'm waiting for? I just want Baldur's Gate 3 to be done, man.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3 is going to come out, and I'm going to play the fuck out of that game. Yeah. I'm about to replay Divinity 2. I have like fucking 300 hours in Divinity 2, I think. I've finished the campaign before.
I've gotten pretty far with Tim, but we always like drop off.
There's the hardest part of that game to get through is Fort Joy, which is the starting area.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
I've played Fort Joy like 6 times now.
Yeah. That's why it's the hardest to get through. And then the level before the last one. The island, because it's Fort Joy, the first area, I think island, and then the last area, then like the actual end of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But it's the fucking island where you have to make the decision of who's going to ascend to become a god, and that island is fucking awful.
The co-op is fun, but we've done it so.
It just takes so long.
Yeah.
Divinity 2 fucks. Go buy it.
I love the Divinity 2 co-op. All right, let's get into this. It's been
We're playing
10
the game.
minutes.
Look, all I'm saying for the Monster Hunter bit, all you gotta do, put it on like 8 times speed, and just flash images of the characters.
This is exactly what I thought. Like, I just don't want to do that.
Send it to me. I'll put it on 12 times speed. Just flash some monsters up there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
This is you.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's Mion.
No, because the literal last... Mion?
Yeah.
You mean Shion?
No,
Or Mion?
Mion.
How is this Mion?
Just read.
Okay. I don't think the bit about the illness is true, but his death was very sudden. The priest was busy preparing for the festival and he'd gotten sick around that time, so I guess he died of a heart attack or something.
Shion.
Oh, it's Shion talking to... Okay. How did... You've read the fucking game.
Yeah.
You already know that. But it's crazy that somebody died on the day of the Watanagashi again. It's the 3rd time in a row. It's unbelievable that so many people have died on the exact same day. The coroner didn't find anything unusual about the cause of death, so nobody suspected that anything was wrong. But you're right that the whole situation is abnormal. Only the people who were likely to be cursed died on the day of the festival. There must be something behind this. Whether it's a conspiracy or a curse, there has to be. I was gonna say, no audio gaming, by the way. I decided to meet up with Mion at the library near the Okinomiya train station. It's not that I don't trust Mion, but I don't want to let her know where I live. Not many people use this library, so I won't see anyone from Hinamizawa here. It's very convenient for meeting someone in secret. I know where this is. Mm-hmm. It's where she meets Keiichi and Watanagashi, and Oishi comes up on them and is like, "Hey guys, what are you doing?" I hope he shows up.
You double timing the Sonozaki sisters. Hey, Keiichi.
I love Oishi.
I love Oishi.
After we discussed my life plan and work schedule, we moved to small talk. I've been away from this town for years. Things have changed. I asked Mion about those changes in detail in order to fill in the gaps. No Mion sprite. While talking about various things, I brought up what Uncle Yoshiro had told me about Oyashiro-sama's curse. Even before I left town. The Donkey Kong Country First World OST?
Is that really? That's not what that sounds like at all.
It sounds like a Donkey Kong Country song. You just gotta overlay a couple monkey noises and it's Donkey Kong Country, I'm telling you. The curse had already struck twice. Maybe it's more Terraria jungle biome. See? The dismemberment murder on the first year left quite an impact.
I wholeheartedly disagree. Now I want to make Terraria.
Terraria fucks, dude. And the year after...
And the year after.
And the year after, the pro-dem activist couple fell off the cliff.
That doesn't look like a cliff to me.
It's where Keiichi fell, you know? The pro-dem activist couple fell off the cliff on the day the villagers were enjoying their first Watanagashi festival since the dam project was indefinitely frozen. This one also left quite the impact.
Get it? Impact?
You're funny. You're a funny guy. Cut that.
You have no power here.
check it before I upload it. I'm gonna switch it to MP4, cut that section, then give it to you.
That's not how that works.
If I cut it from the original audio, you can't use it. Smiley.
I'd like to see you try.
I know how to do it. I know how to use Lightworks.
I don't even know what Lightworks is.
It's free! The evil construction site manager was punished, and the next year the traitor to the village met the same fate. If it had happened only once, people would have concluded that it was just a bizarre coincidence. But when it happened 2 years in a row, people were far more likely to believe it was a curse. I know up to that part. And after I left town, the curse struck again for the 3rd time. People talked about the curse more intensely than ever, both in Hinamizawa and Ohinomiya. I have to rethink this. Oyashiro-sama's curse has drastically gained credibility while I was away. It was still unclear with the first 2 incidents, but after it continued for 3 years straight, people's doubts changed to convictions. Even though the priest who died on the 3rd year wasn't an enemy of the villagers, the fact that people in Hinamizawa didn't care for him much added even more credibility to the idea.
You were saying no Sprite? Oh god, that fucking difference. How squished her face is.
Do you see how much smaller she is? Shion.
Neon.
What?
Shion, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, because
you're right.
she had the creepy Mion.
I didn't even read the line.
He just saw Mion and said, "It's Mion."
Yeah.
Wasn't the priest hated by a few? Especially by the committee members. Shut up.
This is not Git.
Shut up. Yeah. They criticized him for being a fence sitter.
Hey, that's me.
Towards the end of the dam conflict, the protesters were all taking aggressive stances, so they didn't like how soft he was being. I'm sorry, it's jungle level music. You can't convince me otherwise. The priest had looked strict and scary. The way he spoke was always so formal. But in reality, he was very warm and reserved.
I've seen way too many just like Japanese folklore anime type shit for this to be like jungle to me. This is exactly just Japanese folklore bullshit.
Which makes it even funnier.
This is like
as soon as I heard this track, I was like, jungle.
This is like Mushishi or Katanagatari or that kind of shit. Or Monogatari is kinda. Not really though. That's very different music. But yeah, it's very Japanese folklore bullshit.
I could see this being like
You just haven't had the experience.
weird demon slayer demon ranting about how like their power is to like turn their body inside out and like explode.
I've
and
watched
they
like 10
regenerate.
episodes of Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer is cool. I could see it like being something like that, but no, this is jungle music to me. This is just classic jungle level. But in reality, or no, maybe it was because he was a son-in-law, having married into his family. I'm sure the priest and his personality were the perfect fit for managing the shrine that was used for summer festivals and village meetings. But that gathering spot style atmosphere of the shrine changed completely when the dam war broke out, and it became the headquarters for the Onikafuchi Guardians. Isn't that what their baseball team? No, it's the Onikafuchi Warriors, right? No. The Hinamizawa Strikers.
Yes.
I got there in the end.
Yes.
Prior to the dam protests, hardly anyone worshipped Oyashiro-sama. Of course, the devout elders paid worship to him, but the average person treated our god like how you treat fortune-telling. Once the dam protests began, Oyashiro-sama was suddenly hauled out as a symbol of the village's resistance. Tracing the Oyashiro-sama faith back to its roots, it was an exclusive, elitist faith that believed its members were descendants from a holy ancestor, different from the masses at the foot of the mountain, and that those tainted masses should never come near the village. Of course, such self-centered ideology wasn't acceptable anymore. In peaceful post-war Japan. So this doctrine was abandoned over time. But somebody still knows what it is. And that somebody is Takano. Still, the idea remains, and they trudged it back up to fan the flames of nationalism and unite the town against the dam project. With the revival of those ideas, things only grew more radical by the day, and it didn't take very long for the Onikafuchi Guardians to become aggressive. After that, we were in a state of war. 100 million burning as one. Kill the white savages. Want not but victory. Adults and kids both were gnawing at the bit, avid to repel those foreign invaders. Describing it like that made it sound kind of awful, like a reminder of dark times of wartime Japan. But like I said before, for us kids it felt less like a war and more like a village-wide festival. Rise of Nations music.
Yes. Yeah, I know. Exactly. I was thinking more Age of Mythology, but that was a very specific, like 2.2 seconds of any one song. But Rise of Nations, yes.
As soon as I read Japan, I just thought about playing Rise of Nations and like on the Japan like island map, and just this.
When you get home from the gym, you want to play Rise of Nations.
Yo,
that should be like enough time for me to get like drive home, right?
Should take me about like an hour. You want to play Rise of Nations?
I play Rise of Nations.
Does the multiplayer even still work?
Yeah.
Huge? Yeah, bet. Yeah, I'd fuck up some Rise of Nations today. Yet despite calling it a festival,
Dissenters
were treated coldly. I wanted to say deserters. Their heartlessness lived up to the expression, wartime regime. The Houjou couple, who voiced their acceptance of their dam project in the midst of that atmosphere, were truly brave. Then, on the second year of the curse, they died in an accident, and everyone believed it was Oyashiro-sama's curse without question. So they were branded traitors and enemies of the village. The Houjou couple faced worse than just being ostracized as traitors. Everyone gave them the cold shoulder and talked behind their back. The only person who didn't treat them badly was the priest. Interesting.
We've already kind of seen some of this, right, in the last chapter.
Yeah, of course, but it's, you know, the crumbs are cool, but when you're handed the whole piece of bread, a little bit more to, you know? You know what I'm saying?
It's an interesting analogy, but yeah, I get it.
You get me? You feel me?
I understand.
Well, the priest never objected to the anti-dam movement. He also never objected to the Houjou couple's advocacy for accepting... Adversary?
Advocacy.
Advocacy. Ostuary.
What?
To the Houjou's couple advocacy for accepting the government's eviction and restitution to rebuild new lives. Shion speak big word.
Those unforgivable Houjous
Became a slogan as the three families, especially the Sonozakis, united the village by turning them into scapegoats. So they must have found it very shameful to have a fellow member of the three families approve of that, especially when it was the priest of the shrine that had become a symbol for the dam protests. As central figures in Hinamizawa, the three families were the backbones of the Onikafuchi Guardians, so a difference of opinion was undesirable, and the priest was never accused of anything. But secretly, people whispered that he was a heretic, that he was unfit to serve as Oyashiro-sama's priest, that Oyashiro-sama's curse would soon strike him down, along with other rumors. You know what's nice about Rise of Nations? We can finish a game in like an hour.
Yeah.
It's like a 45-minute to an hour game. It's not like a 3-week adventure.
Yeah.
Don't you think the priest was more mature than those around him? He was pretty cool, managing to keep his head and remain neutral while everyone around him grew fervent. I thought Mion would share my opinion when I chimed back in. So when Mion gave me a forced smile and didn't agree with me, I was taken by surprise. Gah! I don't like this Mion face at all.
You're biased.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
This
yes, you
Mion
are.
face makes me uncomfortable. This was the, like, Watanagashi, I'm being really nice to Keiichi before I try and rip his skin off Mion face. So that's why I don't like it. Evil.
God, I'm gonna enjoy this chapter so much.
If he were really mature, I think he would have cooperated with the others. He should have appeased them. He wasn't just the head priest, he was also the head of the Furude family. That was a time when all of Hinamizawa needed to be united, so having one of the families, who are supposed to serve as examples, disturb that harmony was... I don't know if that should be called mature. It's hard for me to tell.
I was taken aback. I barely managed to say the following.
Barely managed to say the following.
Even though we're identical twins, we still had our own unique identities. Every now and then our opinions differed, but usually only over some trivial matter. We've never had a difference of opinions this big. It wasn't an enjoyable feeling. I decided to probe her some more. You know what should have a remaster? Infamous.
Yeah, probably.
The electricity game? That game fucked. It was fun. Sorry, the Rise of Nations music went away, so my brain is in nostalgia mode. I don't really like that word you used. Appease. What are you trying to say? Are you saying the priest should have thought of the village as a whole and kept his opinions a secret? Meaning, people shouldn't assert the self before the whole?
I'm not going that far. It's just, I thought that as a member of the three families, he should have acted more carefully. That's what I mean.
Mion faltered a bit as my tone grew more like a cross-examination. I realized I was speaking a bit too harshly.
Two different types of maturity here. The maturity of, well, I think she's about to cover it. Like,
No, I want to hear what you were going to say, though.
what Mion expressed was probably more a mature opinion. Well, there's the appeasing the town, and then there's looking at the nuances of the thing.
Yeah.
So there's. She's gonna say more, I think.
Well, Shion's always been the, like...
two different, like.
Yeah,
views of
Shion...
maturity.
Let me put it this. Shion's always been the black sheep of this game, I guess.
Sure.
Where Shion is always kind of about what Shion wants to do and, like, the more nuanced individual experience. And, like, Shion is very individual.
Shion is looking at it from an individualist point of view, while Mion is looking at it as, like, a leader. You're in a leader position type of view.
It's the argument of the one versus the many.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I like about their two characters, is that Mion is very... All of Mion's biases and opinions and everything comes in from her being about the many, and all of Shion's biases and opinions and everything comes in from Shion being the one.
Because Mion's got that. She has all this responsibility that she has to, that she's inheriting, right?
Mhm.
So she has to learn to be a leader of a village and understand what is necessary to do what's best for, like, a whole town. While meanwhile, Shion's been this outcast and has had to live under the shadow of being a twin, right? And
Well, she's always been forced to provide for herself.
right.
You know, look at the fact that she's working Angel Mort to, you know, make money and, like, provide for herself and, like, actually, you know,
Right, and it's
do something compared to Mion, who lives in the main house and, like, doesn't have to do shit other than be a leader.
and it's like it's just two different points of view, but they're both, like, you can both call them mature in a way.
Well, and
Right.
you can both call them right.
They're both not. They're not. Neither of them are wrong, but neither of them like. It's a debate of. Yeah.
No, but that's why I like the Sonozaki twins so much. It's because he writes two characters that, depending on your personal view of things, you would lean further towards one or the other. Like, I feel like you show Mion and Shion to 100 people, no one's going to be like, neither.
Right.
People are either going to identify more with the kind of, oh, blah, 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 for the masses, for the group, for the leadership, for this. Or people are going to identify more with the, oh, for the one person, for the, what am I going to do, for the providing for myself, for, like, the trying to figure things out for myself. It's why I like Shion more than Mion. It's because I lean more towards the Shion side of, fuck everybody, you don't owe people shit. And that's why I love Shion. Is because Shion is like, fuck everybody, I don't owe you anything. Because you guys also have not done fuck all for me.
Right.
And Mion...
Yeah.
If Mion, well, you know, being gaslight, get girl bossed into, like, becoming the Sonozaki leader, still is, like... You know. Mion. No, yeah, I that's why I love the Sonozaki sisters. They're... You know, I shit on Mion to be like, haha, fuck Mion, right? Because it's funny. But realistically, they're probably, like, my favorite dynamic. My two favorite dynamics in the game are Shion and Mion and Keiichi and Oishi.
Yeah.
Those are my two favorite, like, duos.
Especially how
Keiichi
Keiichi and Oishi is different every game.
Oh, yeah. But Oishi at the same time, he's different, quote-unquote, in every game, but... Sorry. He's different, quote-unquote, in every game, but he's always Oishi, you know? Like, even if he's more of, like, an asshole in one game, it's like, yeah, that tracks. Or if he's nicer in one game, it's like, yeah, that tracks. Like, every different face of Oishi you see in every different game feels like the same Oishi.
Yeah, and every different face of Oishi you see is because of the actions that Keiichi is taking.
Right? Yeah. So it's him being reactionary to what Keiichi is doing. Which I think is why I fucking love Oishi so much. It's because at no point, even when Oishi is being his, like, most evil, like, I guess, in Totanagaroshi, it never feels like that's not Oishi.
Right.
Like, that is the same Oishi from Onekakushi, and the same Oishi from Watanagashi, and the same Oishi from Himatsubushi, and probably the same Oishi from, what's this one called?
Meakashi.
Meakashi. Like, it's the same Oishi across every game.
Yeah.
Which I think is, like, very cool how, like, in-depth he's written. Character side tangent, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, writing, smiley.
It's not a bad tangent.
No, not
I wanted to get something
relevant.
I wanted to get something relevant in there because we can't talk about not relevant shit.
I'm sorry, us having a relevant to the game tangent? What are you talking about?
We talked about the fucking music and then that's fine.
We talked
and then we went on
about...
to Rise of Nations. Like, we need to stop talking about Rise of Nations.
We talked about it being jungle music for like 5 minutes.
Alright.
See, I can have an intelligent thought about this game.
And this is like easier to do since we're in the answer arcs. It's easier for me to do while we're in the answer arcs because I don't feel like too much pressure to be like, hey, you see what's happening here, by the way?
Well, yeah, because it's cool. Because as I said,
I don't feel pressure to not do that, right?
The answer arc, I'm very excited for the answer arcs because it's literally going to give me everything I want, which is just the, like... I already have... And I need to fucking write in that stupid
I need you to
Higurashi
make
thing.
a manifesto for fuck's sake.
I know. I'm getting to it. I work late. It's hard.
Just do it while you're on your downtime.
What downtime?
While you're at work, when you're not, like, driving.
Yeah, but I need, like, I have a lot.
Just get a pen and paper and then type...
That's fair, honestly. I just need to set aside, like, 2 hours and write it. I might try and do something on Thursday, because I don't know what I'm doing Thursday night.
Play Total War later today, then you can do it while you're waiting for your turn.
No, we can play... I'll hit the gym, and then they're probably going to want to watch players.
We can play while we watch players.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, yeah. Because I'll be watching players too, but obviously, like, I'm not a single...
Apparently only you and I... You, I, and Cameron and I... Cameron?
You want to run that again?
You?
Yep.
Cameron and I...
Yep.
Own Rise of Nations. I was going to be like, at here, who wants to play Rise, but... No one else.
No one owns Resonations, man. Come on.
We're literally the only ones.
That's what I'm saying. That's because we grew up playing it on CD.
I know.
Fuck, that's a throwback. But yeah, that's why I'm very excited for this game, because I get to know more about Shion, and I feel like Shion was just kind of very basic, like, hi, I'm Shion, I'm the black sheep of the family, and like the mysterious, mischievous character that's out for herself and like girl boss. That's why I'm glad that like we actually get Shion background in this game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Shion just kind of is not into Tanagoroshi, and she's not in Himatsubushi, and she's not in Onikakushi.
She's in Watanagashi
and this.
She's in Watanagashi and Tatari Goroshi a little bit.
Oh yeah, I forgot. She's briefly mentioned, isn't she?
She's when Keiichi and Coach are talking about Sadako.
Yeah.
She comes in and does a little voice.
yeah.
What's she even say? Anyway, let's
get my coach. Yeah, we can keep going. What Mion expressed was probably the more mature opinion on our scale. When everyone needs to work together to stand up to a vast enemy like the government, people should refrain from actions that would destabilize that alliance. Writing it out and reading it now, I can understand that. But I wasn't mature enough to agree to such a totalitarian idea. Totalitarian idea. Or maybe it wasn't me at all. It was Mion who'd made that mature judgment. We'd been separated for over a year. I've been away from the town.
Did you see that context too? How what this like whole writing is?
Mm-hmm. Well, she's journaling.
She's journaling.
This is her journal.
Mm-hmm.
This is somebody says something mean to Shion, and Shion goes, "I'm gonna journal about that tonight and cry." And then she actually goes home and journals about that and then cries. In the meantime, Mion has been training to take over the headship of the Sonozaki family. She'd been treated as such even before I was confined to that institution. She sat next to the hag in ceremonies and in meetings. She took her place when the hag was absent. But that was just it. We were never that different. Mion has become very like a successor since I've been gone. Uh-huh. You sound like a grown-up now. She seemed to get what I was implying. Gorp. I don't like that face.
The Gorp face.
Am I thinking like Granny now?
That's good. You're the successor. You shouldn't think like the rest. You've definitely learned the art of ruling.
I've never learned anything like that. I'm just trying to act like her. You can do it easily, too.
I don't want to. It's your role. Well, don't try too hard or you'll tire yourself out. I didn't mean to be cold, but Mion seemed to take it that way. She smiled as if trying to pacify me. I smiled gently back at her. Do you know how exhausting this would be? To be the fucking two of them? Where every fucking thing you say is like, they hyper turbo extremely read into the context of everything and like constantly are trying to react and like do all this ugh. That sounds so tiring, dude. Me talking to someone and deep reading into every single word and action they make.
Oh yeah.
Sis, I mean, Mion.
What? What is it?
Our separation has always been tough. Our names, the places where we live, and our bodies. Mion looked down with a serious face, but then looked right back up. Maybe you think I'm jealous of that, but I'm not. We used to have some disagreements, but they were always small and forgettable. You don't have to feel sorry for anything. Up until birth, we were perfectly equal. Right after birth, we were separated by the grown-ups' priorities. I used to get mad about it when I was little. There's no denying that. But we didn't have to start a disagreement over it. Mion seemed to understand what I'm trying to say. We each have our own characteristics, even though we're identical twins. Only we know the differences. We're also dependent on each other because of them.
Mion seemed more dependent. She always worries about me. If somebody gave her a cookie, she'd divide it in two and give half to me. If somebody gave her a candy, she'd wait until I said it was okay to eat it. On the contrary, I'm cold. I don't care about others if I'm satisfied. I'd put the candy in my mouth right away. I have to emphasize that I don't hate her, and I'm well aware that she loves me. We both know that. Mion must have been hesitating to put the candy of the successor in her mouth, and was waiting to see if I was okay with that. Why is Shion so kind, yet so stupid, and such a bitch, all at the same time? Do your best, Mion. I'll do my best as Shion, too. I tapped her forehead with my fist lightly. Mion. Mion put her forehead against my fist as if trying to feel the warmth. She's Mion, and I'm Shion. She's the successor of the Sonozaki family, and I'm just a vagabond. That isn't a distinction, but rather our individuality. We shouldn't worry too much about the other anymore. We should feel relaxed, living as who we are, with our own characteristics. I didn't have to say any of that out loud. We can communicate by touch, just like this. Gorp?
Gorp? Okay. Thanks, Shion.
No worries, Mion. Let's talk to each other whenever we want to. Like we've always been. That'll never change, okay?
Okay.
Mion kept nodding, with her forehead against my fist. Could you imagine, witnessing this? Especially knowing that one of those fuckers is not supposed to be here. I said goodbye to Mion before it turned to evening. There's some good tracks in this game, man. We had talked about the things that happened during my time away, and I enjoyed having that chat between sisters very much. We were able to dissolve our unsettled emotions. If there's a Keiichi sprite in this game, I'm literally gonna pog. I know this is a year before Keiichi shows up, but if we get a Keichan sprite, I'm literally going to scream. Yeah. You know how loud I was when they revealed Shion as a real character? We didn't used to do that.
No, you left. You weren't loud. You left.
I know. And I came back and then I screamed really loud. I'm still upset about that, by the way. They gave me one of the best characters, but I'm still mad about that. Maybe it's because we hadn't seen each other for over a year. Whew. It was late afternoon. My heart felt lighter now. I stretched and looked up at the sky. The sky was clear, blue, and far away. No matter how tall I grow, I'll never be able to touch that sky. Well, that's kind of tragic, Shion. I'm Shion Sonozaki, a girl who escaped from the life that she was forced to live. Nobody will praise me for what I did, and for what I'm going to do. But this is what I chose. Aha! I can think maturely too. I psyched myself up.
This is a 17-year-old if I've ever heard one.
Me hitting the age of 17 and gathering a actual cognitive conscious and thinking I'm now a brand new adult.
Well, but being wrong at the same time.
Oh, 100%, yeah, the whole time. At no point are you ever right. I should go shopping for dinner. Though I have Kasai's help, I need to save money. I love junk food, but it'd be cheaper to cook. Ironically, the culinary classes from that evil school will come in handy. Why not go into the shopping district and...
Kami Ishiki.
If I'm going there, then I'd need to take the other street. The cool breeze in the late afternoon felt nice on my skin. I gotta say, this is much better when I think about Shion is journaling this like at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And I love to think that she's sitting there, like, describing, she's, like, going to the shopping district, and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the shopping district for dinner. Yeah, the cool breeze kind of felt really nice on my skin during the day. And then just keeps going. I love the irrelevant details she puts in her journal. Kasai came to the door while I was putting stuff I bought into the fridge. Ah, wait a sec. I'm coming. There he is.
Did you go grocery shopping? You must be tired.
Did you hear the
The little walking, yeah.
Yeah.
The fucking, you can tell what kind of shoes he's wearing.
Good DJ over Yukishi, thank you. I don't get tired from grocery shopping. Oh, do you want dinner? I bought enough for you too.
It's all right. If you say so, I'd be happy to.
He's such a boy. Kasai looked curious about what I'd cook. Hey, it's not the worst kitchen I've ever seen in my entire life. I can't believe between Totonic Hiroshi and this one, fucking Ryukishi got a real kitchen.
No, it's just Keiji. Keiji's kitchen is just a nightmare. It's all Keiji's fault.
Keiichi's actually a real guy that he wrote into this.
Yeah.
He owns real property. You look like you don't believe in my cooking skills. You'll pay for that later.
Are you putting these in the refrigerator? I'll do it.
Oh, thanks. Is this amount of rice enough for two? Here I go. Kasai skillfully packed the food in the fridge while glancing at each item in turn. He noticed something.
Shion-san, do you still hate canned food?
I hadn't bought any. That was, of course, on purpose.
It must be hard to avoid it.
I know it's illogical. Maybe I could eat it if somebody forced me to. No, on second thought, I definitely couldn't.
I feel really sorry. I know I was out of line then. Please forget about that story.
Ah, shut up! Men shouldn't hang around in the kitchen. Go watch TV or something. Kasai chuckled and left. Is it... Does she hate canned food because of the canned human meat story with her dad? Is that
With
why
her
she
dad.
doesn't eat canned food?
Well, you'll see.
Okay, it's gonna be something completely different. I'm gonna sound like a clown. I know this sounds stupid, but I hate canned food. If somebody told me there was canned food in a meal I just ate, I'd throw up. It started with a silly thing. Kasai told me a horror story when I was little. You know, one of those urban legends. Am I just paying attention? Do I get points for paying attention for once?
Do you want points? Are we keeping track of points here?
I thought we were.
I don't have a score, but I haven't been keeping track of points.
You're not keeping a score sheet?
I haven't been.
I think I get points for being right.
How many points was that then?
This is like it's like a 5-point discovery, you know?
I mean, it was a 2-pointer.
2-point discovery? Excuse me, I had to remember the canned meat story from Watanagashi. That was 2 games ago.
3 games.
3 games ago. That's at least a point per game. That's 3 points.
Oh, what? When was that? When did we record that?
That's in Watanagashi. That was like earlier this year.
Was Watanagashi earlier this year?
It was either
No
earlier
way.
this year or like
No
the
shot.
end of last year.
It was end of last year. Because it was, I think it was October we were recording.
So then yeah,
The
it's,
last-
it's
the
almost
last
been a
play-
year.
The last part I edited was from October.
Then I get points. I get at least 3 points for remembering something that happened over a year ago.
Nearly a year.
That's 3 points. That's a 3-point read right there. About meat made from an unknown source. Like those rumors about there's worm meat mixed into burger patties, or dog meat
You're gonna have to
in
go
beef
back through
bowls.
all the past videos and start adding up the points when you get something right. You're gonna end up with like total of 10 points. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you know what? That's 10 more than you have.
Then me?
Yes, because you're not playing, because you already know what happens. You get 0. You automatically lose. You know what? I'll tell you this. You get points.
I get a point every time you mess up a word.
How am I gonna win?
How do you?
You can get points for misleading me, correctly leading me, or when I just say some outlandish, wild bullshit with utter sheer confidence that is not correct.
I get points when you're wrong.
How am I gonna win?
You've already lost, man.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do I win?
By being right.
Kasai is in the Yakuza. 1 point.
Half a point.
Even though they say that at the start of the game. Kasai had fun telling me one of those stories because of how scared I got. He had fun, but I obviously didn't.
Start keeping track of that now.
I even started to cry in the canned food section of a supermarket. That's how much I hated it. I don't freak out like that anymore, but I still don't like canned food. Since I don't like it, I don't force myself, and now live my life naturally avoiding canned food.
This is what we needed this entire time. You needed an objective to get more points than me.
We could start it from this game. Answer arcs. We can start at Umineko for sure.
Oh yeah.
We can. This is a bit that can start at the beginning of Umineko.
You gotta write out your fucking Higu notes now.
I know. I have to write out my fucking manifesto.
This is like. This is 30% of your grade, motherfucker.
We have to take like a written exam. One of the big differences between us twins is that Mion doesn't have this issue. One of the first questions is like, what does Hinamizawa stand for?
I'm gonna...
You gonna make a quiz?
No, I'm gonna start like... There's gonna be a scoreboard every time you're not gonna be able to tell what it is. Until you get to this part. Like, you'll know when you start listening to it. After I start editing this, after this point, you'll know. But after this point, you're just gonna hear a ding. And it's... Actually, it might even be silent. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna. I'm gonna start keeping track now.
He's gonna put a fucking scorecard.
What's the rules here? What are actually the rules here?
All right, we can set actual rules. I think I get points for being right.
Okay.
I think that's it. Because what else am I getting points for?
Okay.
I say I get points for being right. I've done this a couple of times too. I get points for predicting dialogue that comes up next.
This comes up the little next line.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think
that's a good supplement to your like being wrong almost all the time. Yeah. Okay.
And I think we can give me points for I want to say points for like under the me predicting the next bit of dialogue. If I get every single word that shows up in the next piece right, that doubles it.
Okay.
And like I can just get a point per word that I predict. Because I know for a fact there have been times where Keiichi has said something and I've literally just said it verbatim, hit enter and gone, Ryukishi wrote the game for me.
You wanna bet points too on things? This is how we need to do it. We need to bet points.
Alright, that's huge. Yeah, I'll do that. So we've established, so points for me being right, points for me predicting dialogue, points for me predicting dialogue perfectly. Think there's anything else I could even get points from?
I think I'm gonna wager points against you. I'm gonna say, here's.
Listen.
I have to figure this out now. So, like maybe. I come up with a question to ask you. This is so late to do this, but it's fine. It's I come up with a question and I say like 5 points.
5 points. Who is Kasai?
Who is Kasai? I don't know. Yeah. 5 points. What's the What's the, for example, what's the canned meat story from? When did we talk about that? Something like that.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Because then I would be like, the canned meat story is from the start of Onikakushi in the intro. And then you just give me that, like, look. You just look at me and you just, like, as I'm just saying the completely fucking wrong thing. Yeah, because I'd say that you...
writing.
I'd say you get points for me being right. Or you being right. But I think that's already happened so many times that, like, I need more ways to earn shit. Or it's over and it's not a game. I definitely want to do this, like, 100% through Umineko.
Uh-huh. Okay.
This could be fun as fuck during Umineko.
Okay.
And then we can throw in another one where I can get like a little point for pronouncing a Japanese word right first try.
Okay.
With no help first read of it, I get it right.
Yeah. That's definitely part of getting points is reading words correctly.
Reading words like reading hard-looking words correctly, where I audibly pause before I read them.
Okay. All right.
I like this. This is a good idea.
You got points this one now. All right, let's go.
Kasai feels responsible for this, but he can't rid me of that fear. Still, a flaw like this is actually a good thing. Otherwise, I'd be too perfect. I hate Shion.
Shut up, Shion.
I hate Shion. Kasai, set the table, would you?
It smells good. Thank you for doing this.
If this isn't enough food, you can go to a beef bowl place later or something. And don't turn off the TV. I hate having dinner in silence.
Thank you for the meal.
Origato. So, what is it, Kasai? You came here for something, didn't you?
2 points. What did Katsai come here for?
Ooh. I think Kasai came here to tell her that somebody from the family knows what's up.
Okay.
Joke answer, he came here to drink tea. Technically not wrong.
Okay.
No, I think he's here to tell her that someone from the family knows she's here. Or what are we in? We're in the... No, because we're not around the Watanagashi Festival. We would have been talking about it. Yeah, for sure the family knows what's up.
Lock in?
Lock in.
Lock in.
I'll lock it in.
Okay.
I handed him a cup of tea. I could wait until dinner was over, but I wanted to get to the point quick.
I thought I should wait a... This voice...
Minus 1 point.
This is not fair. I have a speech impediment.
We're ableist on this show.
Good.
Ooh.
Goes back to my speech last time.
See, I think all cut jokes should be 1 point for me. Me saying something so foul
I'm
gets
cutting
cut
that. You're not getting any points. No, absolutely not.
Smiley.
If I have to cut a joke, I get a point. I put... Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm trying... I thought I should wait until we finished, but would you mind if I talked while eating?
Excuse me. It's been bugging me since you got here. It'd be much easier for me to eat if you started talking now.
We received a phone call from the school today.
Today? That's late. Sounds like they didn't want to make it public. So what happened?
Akane-san took the call. She said she was going to tell your father when the time is right.
Akane-san is my mom. Technically, I'm right. The family knows. It's huge. That's what a Kasai calls her, as he's known her since before her marriage. So, what did she say? I was lucky she answered the phone, since she's relatively on my side.
Other than calling you a brat, she didn't seem surprised by this outcome.
Based? I see. So she hasn't told Dad yet.
She's probably waiting for the right moment. I think she's going to in a couple days.
Dad is always on the hag's side, so he'll definitely talk to her if he hears about it. Then she'll have her men bring me to her, and depending on my explanation, make me offer a finger or two. Scary!
Scary? I wish you could laugh it off, but please remember, you're not the only one who... Ouch.
You're eating too fast. I cooked too much rice and miso soup, so you'll have to have another round. At least 3 helpings, alright. Force-feeding Kasai. A few days later, Mion told me that the hag had heard about my escape.
So yeah, that's 2 points for you.
That's 2 points. I'm so smart. Incentive to actually use my brain for fake points. Can we get like a little trophy at the end when we finish Hinamizawa and have like the plaque engraved for whoever wins?
The only time if you solve Umineko, I'll give you a trophy.
Like at any point in time?
If you... No.
Or like before the answer arc?
Before the... Before, like... As soon as possible. Just do it as soon as... Like, we'll get to it when...
I start the game, I watch the intro, and I go, here's the solution to Umineko. And then I watch all the color drain out of your skin, and you just give me a trophy.
So, how did she take it?
She was furious. She said if you were an Okinomiya, she'd get you right away.
Scary. And?
Oh no, this is Mion. It's Mion.
Oh, whoops. Is Dad doing anything?
They'll hold a family council soon to see if any of the family members are hiding you. It doesn't look like she'll have the greenhorns search for you all over town, though.
Holding a family council means that things will remain in the hag's hands alone. She won't search the town for me. It's like she's unofficially approving my presence. Of course, I'll get caught immediately if they find me in a large public place. Seems like Mom did a lot to help me. I can tell she's being supportive. It's a long story, but my mom is sort of an outlaw, even though she's of the Sonozaki bloodline. A long time ago, she had a huge fight with the hag because she hated the family rules and traditions. She was even excommunicated. My mom was supposed to be the successor, but she was deprived of that title and Sis took her place instead. While she's quiet now, Mom's still an outlaw. She's always been on my side because I also hate the rules and traditions.
Dad was flaring up at first, but Mom pacified him. He can't win against her after all.
Okay, thanks. Let me know if something comes up. If things get really bad, I'm ready to leave town. I can't let Kasai, Uncle Yoshiro, or Mom lose face. Sis, I know what you're thinking. You're asking yourself, why only I have to go through this, even though we're twins, aren't you? Mion was silent. That meant yes.
It isn't fair that only you have to live like this. It's absolutely not.
Thanks. I appreciate your feelings.
Tell me when you want to go out. I'll arrange my plans so that I can trade places with you.
She sounded apologetic. I shouldn't go quiet or agree with her. She sticks to things a little too much. Once she goes down, she'll stay there for a while. So I just told her simply, thanks. That's really nice of you. Okay, I'm hanging up now. Talk to you later.
Me trying to have a conversation with Shion, and I'm just like, hey Shion, how's your day? Thanks, I'm hanging up now.
What are you talking about?
I love how Shion doesn't go like, goodbye, I'll talk to you later. It's, okay, I'm hanging up now. And that's it.
Hello, sister. Hello, Mario. Hello, Mion.
A smudge diary.
Awooga?
Awooga?
Is this me?
Oh, fuck! I have to do the voice. I have to figure out the voice now.
Oh, thank God it's not me.
Oh, what am I gonna do? Alright. What voice should I do, Connor?
What's the character like?
A wimp.
A wimp?
Kinda. But at the same time has to be strong. It's like Mob from Mob Psycho.
I don't know what Mob sounds like.
Yeah, don't worry about Mob.
Alright. You got a wimpy dude? A wimpy little doodah that's supposed to be strong?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Mario.
Shut up.
I gotta think on that too.
My Steam purchase has been refunded.
Ow, wowza.
That was fast.
What'd you refund?
Mass Effect?
While you're here?
Yeah. Look.
My man said I don't like
356. It took an hour.
huge. My man was like, I don't like BioWare games and refunded it while here.
Yeah. How many games have I refunded? Give me an accent. Give me like a...
I just want to make him Joe Pesci.
Yeah, Joe Pesci.
But that's because I want another Joe Pesci character. And Akasaka was not Joe Pesci. I just want somebody to be Joe Pesci.
So what voice am I doing?
I want to go... I would say, give me, like, classic Italian. A little bit... But that's because I just want one of those in. What are you feeling? What's your gut instinct?
Oh, God.
Give me your gut instinct. Don't think about it. Just absolute
My gut instinct? I have a, like... Okay. I mean, I have a note. Like, I mean... I have an idea for the character, but I wanted your input here. So...
My input is going to be something goofy. Because that's always my input. My input is becoming
This is a
classic Italian gangster.
He's gonna be sad, though.
He's going to be sad?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I can't be constantly petty and be very sad.
Oh, I'm such a sad little
I'm
guy.
such a sad little boy.
I'm such a sad little boy.
That'd be a good voice, but I can't do it for him.
Oh, I'm such a sad little boy.
Oh, I'm such a sad little boy.
He turns into idiot. Just, he could just be Irish.
Just Irish?
Just the, oh, Michelele.
Oh, man.
But you have to, the problem with this, you have to run the line of not being idiot and not being Oishi.
So Oishi is very low.
Yeah, Oishi's
Very low.
And then idiot is...
Very low and special. My evolution mostly out the sides of my mouth, right? Idiot! 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 Oh, little diamond boy! Idiot! Satoko-chan! I have to get up very high! No, I'm going Irish here. You have to get up really high and spread out my words.
I love idiot.
And Irish, oh. Irish.
Used to do...
I have to go a little lower and speak a little Irish here. Speak a little Irish, man.
Are you Jamaican?
Irish man. No, maybe Irish man. I don't even know how to do Jamaican,
I
but
can't do Jamaican either.
Irish man, and just I don't know.
You got a sad guy voice. You got like
He's a little sad.
I'm so sad.
I'm such a little sad little Irish boy.
I'm such a sad little Irish.
I'm just a sad little Irish boy.
Oh my Michelele.
Michelele. Alright.
This character's gonna be a nightmare, dude.
Alright, we're going with that. Alright.
This character's gonna be a fucking nightmare.
Reveal. Can you guess who it is now? 2 points. No, 1 point because it's too late.
Is this the Satoshi voice? Are you telling me this is the Satoshi voice? We're gonna make Satoshi a sad little Irish boy? Okay, hold on. Hear me out. Now that I know who it is, Lisp. You gotta have the Houjou family The Houjou family talks with a lisp no matter what they're doing.
This is gonna be so bad.
It's lisp time. It might be hard to lisp and Irish.
That
I believe in you.
Satuko was crying while hiding behind my back. I don't know how to.
You can do it without. If you just roll the lisp without the Irish. You had something going with the lisp. I was liking that.
That was Daffy Duck. I'll be honest with you.
I'm kind of liking the Daffy Duck. Run it without the Irish. Run it without the Irish.
What do you lisp on? You lisp.
So a lisp, the way that I do a lisp is basically. See, I'm used to doing this because I used to have a lisp, and B, I ran a D&D character that spoke entirely in a lisp. So with a lisp, you lisp. It's almost like you're a slithery snake.
I'm a slithery snake.
You typically lisp. So you tend to use a higher pitch of a voice, right? Because what it is you kind of perpetually keep your tongue here. Like you kind of perpetually keep it towards like the front of your mouth into where it's always touching your two front teeth. Like that's how I do my lisp.
I send my penis in the car door.
Yeah, see, that's it. Like you constantly have it at the front of your mouth, and so the reason that causes a lisp is because your tongue will be far enough out to where your bottom lip.
This is good.
Like your bottom lip will hit it
legitimately is gonna be my like intro into this voice. I send my penis into the car door.
But I like that. That sounds good because Sadako is like, oh my god, it's me, Sadako-chan, and then Satoshi is the fucking.
It's me, Satoshi.
See? Satoshi. That's perfect. That's actually perfect. We literally the Houjous are going to be the best voiced characters in this entire series.
We gotta get their uncle with a lisp too now.
Yeah, we have to get Tepe with a lisp. Next time Tepe shows up, we can give Tepe a lisp.
Next time Dylan's here doing New Yorker
Dylan
Tepe.
could be like New Yorker angry Tepe, except he's speaking like this. I'm so angry at you, Sadako. I hope you fucking die, you sack of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We figured it out.
Okay.
We've solved the Da Vinci Code.
Satoko was crying while holding my back. She's been crying while clinging onto me. So my back was wet with a tears and snot. my aunt had been screaming hysterically, but she looked tired now. I suddenly realized that I suddenly realized it was already past 1 in the morning. She vomited out a series of screams once at times, then finally called it quits.
Yeah, your main lisps are on your S's.
Satoko seemed exhausted. She was looking down in a state of shock. This is so inappropriate.
This is so good.
Even after my aunt walked away, she didn't even realize she had been freed. So I stroked her head and told her, "It's over, Satoko." Satoko twitched. Her eyes grew bright again, and tears rolled down her cheeks. She looked up at my face. She knew it was over, but wanted to hear it directly from me. She begged me with a look. To be honest, I was really exhausted too, so I felt a bit annoyed when she tried to make me say it. But I needed to pacify her, so I gently told her what she wanted to hear. She's done with her scolding, so let's go to sleep. Sleep. All right. Satoko clung to me while her tears continued to fall. She was crying again silently. Satoko was shivering pitifully. Her small back reminded me that there was nobody else to protect her. Here, go brush your teeth and make your bed, and go to sleep. Satoko smiled faintly and nodded. I felt dizzy. I was relieved, from the stain, and Huss drowsiness fell on me. While Satoko was washing her face, I went to the toilet. I zoned out while watching my pee.
Thank you, Satoshi.
In my dizziness, I was with the sat.
Thank you, Satoshi.
Felt like I was being sucked into the toilet. I couldn't even remember what caused it. Why my aunt started Why did my aunt start screaming today?
Absolutely bitchin' Satoshi.
Bitchin' Satoshi. Absolutely bitchin'.
I'm so glad Satoshi has a voice now. Satoshi, my boy.
Satoshi, my boy.
I slammed my penis
in the car door. You slammed your penis in the car door.
What?